Hi, welcome to She Spice. Beyoncé has been fixated on Carmen Bryan for a really long time, and it shows that in 2001, MTV dropped Carmen a hip-hop, and it resembled nothing we'd at any point seen before, coordinated by Robert Townsend. This film had Beyoncé making her acting presentation before she hit movie theaters in Austin Powers, and gold part, it wasn't simply Beyoncé, however, Mekhi Phifer, Most DEA Riga, and a lot of different stars were in it. This film took the 1875 show Carmen and gave it a cutting-edge turn, setting it in Philly and LA with a hip bounce/R&B soundtrack that made it really knew the stories about Carmen Bryan, a very enchanting, hopeful entertainer who appears to bring inconvenience any place she goes. She gets the attention of Derek Slope, a Philly cop, who's now drawn into Kyla, a mixed drink server, things twisting wild when Carmen persuades Slope to let her come by her place. Prior to bringing her to prison, furthermore, they end up in an enormous wreck of fixation and double-crossing that prompts misfortune Beyoncé, as Carmen was no joking matter, denoting her most memorable acting gig. However, what makes this much juicier is the reality show that individuals think may be associated with the film. There were a multitude of bits of hearsay about Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and a lady named Carmen Bryan. At one point, you were pregnant by Jay. Yes, I had a premature delivery. Bryan asserted she engaged in extramarital relations with Jay-Z, and this got individuals talking. So when Beyoncé played Carmen in this film, a few people really wanted to contemplate whether there was something else entirely to it. Was she communicating something specific? The film's account of fixation and double-crossing had everybody humming, particularly with Beyoncé at the focal point of it. The personality of Carmen is manipulative and causes a great deal of bedlam, which certain individuals believed was a sign of approval for the supposed show between Beyoncé, Jay-Z, and Carmen Bryan. Carmen, a hip-hop paya, probably won't have been a basic sweetheart. However, it's certainly an entrancing piece of mid-2000s mainstream society. Fans and tattle sweethearts alike can't resist the urge to draw matches between the film and Beyoncé's own life, whether Beyoncé was tossing shade or making an assertion through her job as Carmen. Something makes you go, Now you may be asking how Sovereign Beye herself, in the entirety of her self-importance, could be envious of Carmen. Well, first of all, perhaps this is on the grounds that her significant other Jay-Z once needed Carmen so much that he ignited a hip bounce meet that is not yet discussed today. Back in 2001, Jay-Z dropped a track called Takeover as a component of his Diagram Crusade. This tune, which started off his exceptionally lauded collection, put his continuous meet with NS out in the open without saying any names straightforwardly. Jay-Z implied in his verses that he had been sincerely engaged with a significant lady. That lady ended up being Carmen Bryan. She's the mother of NSE little girl Fate, and presently she's a creator. Carmen Grain plunked down with DJ Vlad and separated her previous relationship with the rapper and her choice to go behind his back with Jay-Z. The issue was who I was cheating with. She said if I had been cheating with someone who simply needed to play Nintendo the entire day before the television, that might not have been an issue. Okay, like Carmen, we can overcome that. We can move beyond that yet. I was cheating with people that were in similar music circles. You know, a similar organization. However, I didn't view it as maybe I was doing anything wrong. I felt like this was my circle too. These are my friends too. Like I'm in the crate. Also, recollect the single, Is That Your Chick? That was the start of one of the greatest clashes ever. She then, at that point, separated her time with Hava. I had a relationship with Jay-Z, yet the thing about Jay-Z and me is that we were companions prior to whatever was my closest companion before we became cozy. Carmen proceeded to uncover that her undertaking with Jay-Z prompted her to be pregnant. At one point, you were pregnant with Jay. Yes, I had an unnatural birth cycle. I accept that I was certainly under 90 days. It was the main trier, as per Carmen's undertaking with Jay-Z, which began the whole contention among him and Nas, as a matter of fact. Jay-Z delivered the takeover, which appeared to indicate his undertaking with Carmen once more. Jay-Z is very subconscious. You understand what I mean when I say he tosses minimal following this Nas-delivered ether, which was looked for as a reaction to Jay-Z's distract takeover at the time Carmen accepted Nas needed her around during this hamburger to show he actually had her help despite the fact that they weren't together sincerely any longer. Carmen let Vlad Television know that she was in the kitchen with Nas and the Daring Hearts at the point when funk expert Flex played the reaction to take over. In a noteworthy meeting with Vlad, Carmen talks about an issue that raised doubt about her standing. Previously, it dropped. I heard it on the radio. Like every other person, now I heard it in the kitchen, together on the radio. She then proceeded to add, I feel like he really wanted me to be there in lie of this fight, in lie of this hamburger. It resembled well, I actually got the young lady, and she's here with me, I'm going to drop this tune, and dead all that was the arrangement. And it worked around then, the hamburger between the two multi-platinum. The New York City MCs seemed to reflect Tupac Shakur's case that he engaged in sexual relations with Confidence Evans, the alienated spouse of opponent Biggie Smalls. Bryan likewise battled that Ether was an uncovering feature of NSC's character that is frequently misread by his deadpan container articulations. While Nas didn't address his one-time significant other in his reaction to Jay, he blamed his opponent for a personal connection with Saucy Earthy, who had recently been a bandit of NS in the firm. Jay-Z would answer Ether with a very revolting tune. Jay's allegations were not really subconscious. She got herself an instrumental. He rapped me, and the kid's man-made intelligence got more in like manner than simply bawling and rhyming. Get it more. And Carmen, I came in your Bentley secondary lounge, skied in your Jeep, and left on your child seat right around 16 years after the fact that in 2017, Carmen responded that was a particularly close to home response number 2. My little girl Fate Jones resembled 8 years old when Super Revolting emerged, so what vehicle seat is she sitting in at 9-10 years of age? Jay-Z's never been in any of our vehicles. That was him, simply getting a handle on things and attempting to get back in the saddle yet indeed. Even the following day when he got on the radio broadcast Hot 97, he was rumpled. He seemed like he was going to cry. He didn't know where he was going with the story his mom called and made him apologize very terrible. Was not a well thought out plan, and I put stock looking back that he lamented truly dropping that. As a matter of fact, I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that he lamented dropping it since we have a common companion who let me know that he said that she further reasons it was a feeling response to. A whooping in 2017 Carmen Bryan encouraged a more developed Jay-Z to check out history with sympathy, and you understand what's obsessed with that now. Jay-Z has a girl, and virtual entertainment is. In those days when he offered these criticizing comments and remarks about my girl and made this revolting visual, there were such countless individuals around him that remained silent. They said literally nothing here and there. When you don't pick a side, you pick a side. I'm a very surprising individual. Had Nas said something to that effect about their kid crap, it would have hit the fan. I wouldn't, as a lady, have remained by any man who slights youngsters and hauls them into grown-up, while it might appear hard to accept now that 2 of New York's greatest rappers were entangled in a warring quarrel for quite a long time in the last part of the 90s and mid-2000s. Punches was traded as of late as 2018 in the event that you thought the hamburger between Pusha T and Drake was muddled and you haven't seen anything yet. Jay-Z's mom, Gloria Carter, even needed to step in at one point. Everything began back in 1996 when Nas supposedly neglected to appear for a recording meeting for Jay-Z's track Ready and was waiting for his presentation collection, Sensible Uncertainty. The collection was delivered soon thereafter, and without Anus Maker Ski, Beats inspected, Nas' line from The World is yours on another melody. Dead President 2, NASA's second collection, it was composed and showed up a month after its initial track. The message incorporates what many saw as a shot at Jay-Z, with the line Lex with televisions at the base. What does a Lexus with a television inside have to do with anything? Jay-Z's Sensible Uncertainty made many references to the extravagance vehicle for Can I Live? He compared his psyche to a Lexus, and my brain is swarmed with wiped-out contemplations that circle like a Lexus and the music video for Dead President 2 elements. A Lexus GS Nas later made sense of I saw Jay-Z driving an Lexus with televisions in it. I had disposed of my Lexus by then and was searching for the best thing, anything but a shot at Jay. However, it was trying to say that is the base you have to have. It's anything but a shot at him, yet he roused that line. It wasn't really a shot at him, but since the tune was a shot at everyone, he fell into that, yet he certainly enlivened that line in 1997. Jay-Z tested Nas' voice once more on the rap game break, making one more cordial gesture to his opponent anyway. He likewise got in contact with me from where I'm from, which many consider his previously taken shots at Nas. I'm from where and pull your card and contend the entire day about who's the best. MC's Big Deal, Jay-Z and Nas in the spring of that year. Big Deal Smalls died, and Jay-Z made it a point to the New York hip-hop privileged position with his tune, "The City Is Mine." Some accept that Rockefeller Craftsman and Jay-Z prodigy Memphis Bleek was brought into the fight with his most memorable single from his approaching Old Enough collection. Memphis Somber, which had doubtful similitudes to Nas, is like most remarkably anyway. Was the track your thought process of that where dreary raps my entire group rocks? We don't address felines, I'm a ball till I fall. Subscribe She Spice for more videos.